All right, we're a little bit short in time, so we'll just start the session, and as people join throughout the presentation. So thank you so much for joining us. I see that there are not a lot of people, so we're going to have a very intimate session. Just so I'll understand. So Jonathan, Avi, and now joining us, Leah. The rest are Masa, right? Michael, hi. And Tamar without the video. So thank you again for joining us. My name is Amir, and I'm the, oh yeah, and Sean, yeah. My name is Amir, and thank you for joining us again. I'm the head of marketing for Garin Tzabar. With us today from Garin Tzabar is also Alon Kuba, who is the director of the program. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a short introduction of what is Garin Tzabar, what is this program gives you, and so on. And thanks to the fact that we have a very intimate session, we'll have an open conversation at the end, less formal, but it is very difficult for me to concentrate while I'm speaking. So if you be so kind to stay on mute, and if you have any questions, you can write them on the chat. Alon is here to answer you on the chat, or when we get to the question section, I'll be happy to elaborate verbally. So before we begin, I'd like to show you a short video.
Garin Tzabar. Ready, set, go. Established in 1991 by Israeli scouts. 7,400 miles away in San Francisco, one Garin of 20 teenagers made history. Today, you can find people from New York, Chicago, Washington, LA, Florida, England, France, Denmark, Germany, Ukraine, Russia, Belgium, Greece, Italy, Hong Kong, Philippines, Japan, Australia, Thailand. I'm not kidding. First, you need to be 18 to 23 years old, 100% motivated, 3 interviews, 5 seminars, at least 20 new friends, 24 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, and a one-way ticket to Israel.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
City or kibbutz, host families, ulpan, seminars, trips, holidays, army preparation, tryouts, interviews, unbelievable 3 months of one unforgettable absorption process. 2 or 3 years of Army service, more than 40 different units, 30% go to officer and commanding course, and one beautiful Garin Tzabar backpack. Over 5,000 alumni members, 70% stay in Israel, 30% of families come back, and there are hundreds of Garin ambassadors all over the world. It all adds up to one big happy family. Garin Tzabar, family for life.
So this is Garin in a nutshell, and now let's dive in. So basically, as you understood, Garin Tzabar is a program that provides support system, a comprehensive support system for IDF Lone Soldiers. Everything that we do from the minute we wake up in the morning until we go to bed at night is taking care of our lone soldiers, providing them with the best support that we can. This support, we'll go to it in a bit, but basically anything you can imagine, starting from accommodation, food, picking you up from the bus stop, laundry services, anything we can, we do. So basically, if I need to sum up Garin Tzabar in a word or two, is carefree. You don't need to care about anything. The program comes with a lot of benefits. I'd like to say that there are a lot of programs in the field of lone soldiers that take care of lone soldiers. They're all doing amazing jobs, and they're all great. I'm not just saying this to be nice. Everyone in this field is amazing and is doing it because they truly want to support as much of lone soldier as they can. But Garin Tzabar is the only program that provides all the benefits under one roof. You don't need to go to one place and another. Garin Tzabar does that for you everywhere. This is why we keep saying comprehensive 360 support system. And what is this support system? First of all, we have our preparation process. The preparation process starting or abroad, or if you're a Masa participant, it starts here in Israel while you're still on your Masa program. The preparation process includes seminars where you learn about Israel, and basically you go through a screening process. More on the preparation process in a bit. A unique absorption process, which is actually the beginning of the program. 3 months before you join the army, everything you need to do in terms of bureaucracy and everything you need to take care of, we do this for you. Hebrew ulpan, Hebrew studies are part of the program. We understand that Hebrew is a key component in serving a successful and meaningful service in the army. So we take care of that for you. Of course, as much as you learn, it's up to you. A very special thing about Garin Tzabar is the designated army unit. Garin Tzabar has a unit within the Meitav unit. Meitav is the unit in the army that is in charge of your placement, of where you're going to go, and is in charge of screening you to your right position. Within this unit, there is a subunit called Tzabar unit, actually, and everything they do is to make sure that your potential as Garin Tzabar participant is being maximized in order to succeed in the army. And that also enables us to get a fast-track recruitment process, which in other words, I would say that for Israelis, when we are about to join the army, we start the process when we're around 17 and a half. It takes us about a year and a half, and then we join the army. But for Garin Tzabar participants, 3 months from the 3.5 months from the moment that you land in Israel and start the program, you join the army. It's something that no one can compete that. It's truly amazing, and that's something very unique for Garin Tzabar. We have our group experience is something that there is no second to it. Basically, what we do is that we take groups of young adults, such as yourself, and throughout the preparation process, they get to know each other and they become a family. Those groups are called Garin, and this is why Garin Tzabar. The 360 support system that I've been talking about and will continue to talk about throughout this session this afternoon. As I started to say, we take care of everything about the bureaucracy. We provide accommodation, including 3 hot meals a day, laundry services, all bills are paid. There's no extra curriculum that you need to pay for or something like that. We take care of everything. Something very unique about Garin Tzabar, we've been around since 1991. Basically, we are the biggest and most veteran program in the field of lone soldiers. So we know what we're doing, and this is why accountability. You know that Garin Tzabar is the safe choice. Subsidies, this is very important, and also thanks to our friends here from Masa. Garin Tzabar is heavily subsidized, which means that the amount that you'll pay for the program, the total amount, the cost, that I'll get to it at the end, is nothing compared to what it actually costs us. And that is thanks to our great partners. Masa is one of our great partners, the Ministry of Aliyah, the Jewish Agency, and so on. We'll get to it in the end. So those are the key benefits of the program that are important to know when deciding whether you should go to one program or another. The program has 3 stages. The preparation process, actually delete the pre-ulpan, it's irrelevant. The preparation process, the absorption process, and the 3rd stage, which is actually the core of the service, is the core of the program is serving in the IDF as lone soldiers. So the first preparation process, the first stage is the preparation process, and there are seminars. Seminars are conducted all over the world. There are seminars in 5 or 6 different locations in the States. There are seminars happening in London for Europeans. There are seminars happening in Australia. And in addition to all of those locations, there are seminars happening here in Israel, designated for Masa participants, for people who chose to make Aliyah and then join a program, a lone soldier program, for people on academic programs. So most of the preparation process here in Israel is designed for people like yourself that are in Masa programs and so on. The way that the preparation process is conducting is that we have 2 orientation days. In those orientation days, you learn about the program, you learn about what it requires from you, and if it's for you, and so on. And then after those orientation days, we start 2 or 4 weekends of seminar in several locations. There are seminars, there are 2 or 4, depends if it's a winter session or summer session. There is a winter session that begins in December, and there is a summer session that begins in August. The seminars include mental and social preparation. Again, we're aiming to build groups that will become very good friends and being like a family, like our motto, family for life. So social preparation is a key part of the preparation process. Mental preparation. Serving in the army is not easy. It's not easy for Israelis who were born and raised here, and it's not easy for someone who is coming from overseas to be here without their parents or close friends. So we want to make sure that you're mentally prepared for it. And I have to say, the preparation process of Garin Tzabar is a screening process. It's a mutual screening process. We check if you're a good fit for us, and you check if serving in the army and if Garin Tzabar and the whole group concept is a good fit for you. Another part is learning about Israel, about the culture, politics, history, and so on. Learning about the IDF, what are the positions that are open for you? What are your possibilities? What is the structure of the military, and so on. Everything that I've just said and will say in this presentation is also correct for a religious Garin option. We're running a religious option parallel to the secular option. The observant group, the religious group, the thing that distinguishes the religious from secular groups is 3 things: Shomer Shabbat, Shomer Kashrut, and daven and praise, praise together in the synagogue, in shul. If you're not sure, if you're saying I am Shomer Shabbat and Shomer Kashrut, but I don't pray and so on, let us know. We'll figure out with you if the religious option is for you or not. But bottom line, it's going to be your decision. But we'll walk you through the differences. Stage 2. This is actually the beginning of the program. When you arrive to Israel, or if you're already here as a Masa participant, you start the program. This is 3.5 months before you join the army. That are dedicated for your absorption and everything that comes with it. You're settling into the kibbutz, to your home. I'll get to the accommodation situation in a second. You're settling into your home. You're assigned, if you want to, a host family, which is basically an Israeli family that can be your closest friends or anything you make of it. They're there for you. If you want to come for Shabbat dinners, to celebrate the Chagim, some of the families will have kids, small kids, little children, or kids your age. It's actually something that we take into consideration your preferences on that. So this is one. The second thing is, as I said, Hebrew ulpan studies. Again, Hebrew is super important for a successful army service. Your Hebrew level will much determine your position in the army, and will determine the way of how much you're going to succeed as a soldier in the army. Personal absorption, including sorting out all the bureaucracy. If it means going to Misrad Aliyah and Klita, the Ministry of Aliyah, going to Misrad Aplim, Ministry of Interior, Bituach Leumi, Social Security, opening a bank account in Israel, and even taking care of your cellular company if you need to. We're here to take care of it and guide you through the process. You get to trip around Israel and see the land through your feet. Physical fitness preparation, of course, being fit to the army is another crucial part, of course, if you're aiming on being a combat soldier. But I have to say, If you're planning on getting to a position such as Sheshesh Sayaret Matkal, being a pilot or whatever, it's not enough. You'll have to work very hard on your own as well on the physical part. And a fast track absorption process in the Army. This is what I started to say before. We take care of the process of joining the Army in just 3.5 months, which means that we take you to Lishkat Giyus, which is the Army Bureau, where they start the screening process, the enlistment process. And the whole bureau is just closed for Garin Tzabar. And that's something very unique for Garin Tzabar. During the absorption process, you have a lot of stuff with you. You have each kibbutz, each group, each garin has a coordinator, in Hebrew, rakaz for male, rakezet for female, social consular, madrich, logistical coordinator, M or Av Abayit, and 2 IDF soldiers, Mashakit Tzabar. Mashakit is a non-commissioned officer, which is basically part of the Tzabar unit that I've explained before. They have two roles for you. A, to help you study Hebrew as much fast and effective as you can, and B, to walk you through step by step on the Army enlistment process. They explain to you what are the positions that are open for you, how can you get there, what they fill up the forms with you. They explain to you all the Army bureaucracy and things that needs to be done. This is their role, and this is unique for Garin Tzabar. And on top of all of those staff members, there is the Tzofim coordinator. Tzofim in Hebrew is scouts. I didn't say this at the beginning, but Garin Tzabar was founded by the Israeli Scout movement. So Tzofim Garin Tzabar is the Scout movement project. Before I'll get to the Army service, I'll just explain on the accommodation situation. Basically, we have throughout the years, we have over 66 kibbutzim around Israel from north to south that have hosted Garin Tzabar throughout the years. You can't choose the kibbutz, unfortunately. We choose that for you. In addition to the kibbutz, we have a Garin Tzabar village in Ra'anana, which is our center, our Garin Tzabar center hub, city hub. But the situation there in terms of the accommodation is very similar. Each one of our participants are assigned to an apartment. The apartment holds 2 to 4 people. So sometimes you have another housemate or roommate, as American says, and sometimes you'll have 3 more. But you'll be max 4 in one apartment and 2 in a room. Each apartment will have its own bathroom, toilets, everything, a shower, everything you need. Of course, heating or AC, a desk, a chair, closet, beds. You don't need to worry about anything. It is coming already furnished, and this is your house. I mean, when you're not there, when you're in the Army for 1, 2, 3 weeks, sometimes it's your bed. No one is sleeping in your bed. No one touches your stuff, and so on. In terms of kitchen, some apartments have a small kitchen there, and those that doesn't have a small kitchen have a communal, big, very big kitchen for the whole Garin. It's a very nice experience in total. Moving on to the Army service. Each individual is getting assigned to his or her Army position based on their skills, on their wishes, and on top of everything, the IDF needs. I'll explain on the positions in a second. The minimum time of service is 2 years. Garin Tzabar participants are required for a full-length service, unlike other programs, because we believe that in order to serve a meaningful service in the military, you will need to serve a full length. So elaborating on Jonathan's question regarding being 24, the thing is that if you're 24, you're not obligated by the Army authorities to serve a full length of service. But if you choose to do Garin Tzabar, in order to get all the benefits that I've described before, you will need to sign a waiver saying that you will serve the full amount of the full length of the service, and it's also binded with the military itself. So it's not just signing on ice. The Garin framework exists, of course, when you're coming back from the army. You're going to meet with your Garin members, with your family, and going to share with them your thoughts, your feelings. This is actually being proven to be very productive and very helpful as part of the support system offered for lone soldiers, the group of share peers around you that are going through and experiencing the same things that you are. This is something unique for Garin Tzabar, and actually our soldiers are waiting for it. The Garin staff from the kibbutz and the Israeli Scout Guide are there to support you. We'll walk you through the whole process and everything you need. And even if you have a problem with your commander or a problem with your position or any sort of problem actually, or challenge, it's better to call it that way, we will be there for you every step of the way. As I said, from providing you accommodation to picking you up from the bus stop, everything that you need. In terms of the position, this is just a demonstration of the positions that Garin Tzabar soldiers are selected to. I'll have to say, there is a vicious myth about Garin Tzabar that not all the positions are available if you choose to do Garin Tzabar. That is a complete fake news. All the positions are available for Garin Tzabar soldiers. As you can see here, we have soldiers at Matkal, 669, as well as educational instructors, Air Force. The only reason that we don't have pilots is because they dropped off the course and became drone pilots. But we will get there. We will get there soon, and we will have pilots as well. But again, all the positions are open for Garin Tzabar soldiers. I will have to say that those of you who are aiming for an elite unit or an intelligence unit, you should know that it's very difficult to get in. It's difficult for Israelis who were born and raised here. It's difficult for lone soldiers. Sometimes it is a problem with a security clearance, and then there is nothing that Garin Tzabar can do. And sometimes you will have to start your enlistment process earlier than the rest of your Garin, and we're here to make it happen and taking care of it. But even if you do all of this, it is still very difficult. So please keep that in mind, that while everything is open for Garin Tzabar, it is still difficult to get to those elite units. The program requirements, as stated here, you can read through. Jonathan Alon already answered you. Basic level of Hebrew, I'll say it again. Hebrew is a key component of a successful military service, and this is why you need to pay extra attention and work extra hard on improving your Hebrew. We actually recommend you to go on a Masa program before joining Garin Tzabar, to one of the programs that helps you with your Hebrew. It can be Kibbutz Ulpan, that we have very good connections with them, or any other Masa long-term program, a meaningful program that will enhance your Hebrew skills and will improve them toward joining Garin Tzabar in the military. Another thing that also relates to a Masa program is prior visits to Israel or life in Israel for accumulated time of 2 months and more. As I said, we believe that being a lone soldier is very difficult, and we want to make sure that you make the right decisions for you. So when addressing this issue and deciding whether you should go to Garin Tzabar and join the Israeli military, it's a big decision, and we want to make sure that you fully understand the mentality of being an Israeli citizen, the effect that it has on you, understanding the Israeli society, Israeli culture, even Israeli climate, as it's been so boiling in the last couple of days here. And of course, participation in the pre-program seminar. The program cost, as I said before, the program is heavily subsidized. As you see here, there are 3 breakdowns of the cost. And you understand that even if you pay the full amount, the full price, the 5,000 new Israeli shekels, it still doesn't get anywhere close to how much the program actually costs. And that is thanks to our great partners, again, Masa Israel Journey, and the Jewish Agency, Misrad HaKlita, Misrad HaBitachon. All of them are great partners of ours, and they're enabling us to support as much as lone soldiers as we can. I will have to say, if this amount of even the fully subsidized cost, you can't handle it, it's too much for you, or you're having problem of paying it right now or something like that, our motto is to support as much as lone soldiers as we can. Financial issues will never, and I repeat, will never be a problem where someone will not join Garin Tzabar, not make Aliyah, or whatever. We have people coming from the former Soviet Union who are paying 100 shekels, 500 shekels for the whole thing. Another thing that I want to say about the cost, think about it, that even for the full price, 5,000 shekels, for a 3-month program with all the stuff, accommodation, food, bills, everything provided, and all of that throughout your military service, your 3 years of military service, that you don't have any expenses because food is paid for you, accommodation is already paid, everything is paid, is quite amazing. And again, thank you to our partners, and so on. Before I'll open the floor to questions, I'd like to say that what is the next stage? Whether if you decide to join us now to our closest session, or go through a Masa program and then join us, which we again highly recommend. You can start by going to our website, or start the application process by clicking apply, or just shoot us an email here to this address, garintzabar@israelscouts.org, and we'll start the process with you. One of our staff members will address your request, and we'll start the process with you. Avi, you registered already. Mazel tov. Thank you for that.
Oh my God, that was quick. Did you register now or ahead of time?
I signed. Yeah, because I haven't paid anything.
Okay. Now I would like to unshare this and go to a normal view where I can see everyone.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
Let's say if I start. Okay, they told me starts in August 13. Okay, that's all Garin Tzabar. And when I'm supposed to, like, if like is it up to me if I want to do only 2 years?
So if I got your question right about the length of service, so as I said, everybody is required for a full length of service, and for boys now, according to the government decision, it's 2 years and 8 months.
Like, and there is no way to do, like, not doing those 8 months?
Not with Garin Tzabar, unfortunately.
Then with who then?
There are many programs. I will say a word about Mahal. Mahal is another program for lone soldiers. It's a program that you are not required to make Aliyah, and you're actually not an Israeli citizen, and you're not getting all of the benefits that I've described before. You are actually volunteering for the army, whether if you decide to stay in Israel later.
I know about Mahal. Like, I went to the office, but many Israelis like don't know what is Mahal. Like if you ask someone what is, like, they don't know what it is. So that, just because of that, like, I was thinking about doing Mahal first, then I heard about Garin, and like it sounds much better. Like, because as you said, like, you into Israeli society, like it is the best way to fit in, and like even like for, I don't know, let's say job or anything, like it's much better, Garin. But I think 2 years and 8 months, like mandatory, because I'm 20, so I'm 20. and I'm turning 21 in December.
I can say that there are a lot of people in your position. As you saw, our program is open for males from 18 to 24, and there are a lot of people your age joining. It's up to you. I can't give you the answer for that. But
Amir, can I please clarify for one second? Generally, the full length of service in the IDF is 2 years and 8 months, as Amir said. But for older males, usually above the age of 20, you can serve 2 years, 24 months, if you're not going to any kind of a special unit, a light unit, or any unit that they're required to sign in for longer length of service. But only the IDF will decide what will be your length of service. It depends on your Hebrew birth date, okay? If you want to send Garin Tzabar the information in advance, and we can check it for you with the IDF, and we can tell you if you suppose like 90%, 95%, not 100%, if you're going to do 24 or 32 months of service with Garin.
32?
2 years and 8 months, it's 32 months. It's 32 months, and 24 months is just 2 years. So those are the two.
I prefer to do the 24.
You cannot choose. It's only up to your age. It depends on your age. If you're older than 20 by Hebrew dates, there's a big chance that you are zakai, entitled to serve only 24 months. And if you're younger than 20, you need to serve 32 months. This is the Israeli law. And we can check it for you if you'll send us your ID number or your birth of date and so on, and we can check it for you with the IDF.
Okay, can you put it here, like on the text, like any email?
Yeah, I'll write it right away.
Here on the.
Any other questions? Jonathan, Leah?
Mine are very, very Jonathan specific. So if anyone else has more general questions, I'll go last.
We love the Jonathan specific questions.
So I'm only interested in IDF service if I can get specific positions. I have a Master's of Education and basic conversational Hebrew already. I plan to make Aliyah in June. And my master's is in education. So I would like to work in an education specific job. And I have no desire to be in a combat unit whatsoever. Is this worthwhile for me, or should I just be looking for regular jobs when I make Aliyah?
I'll be very frank with you. The Army is not a program where you get to choose. Saying it to be again, I'm Israeli. I'm very straightforward. I'm a straight shooter. It's not a program where you get to choose where to go. It's not a program where you can say it's either that or I'm not coming. So there's something that you need to take into consideration. Of course, Garin Tzabar with our connection with the Meitav unit, we can do our very best to help you. But again, it's not a program where you choose, and the last decision is the Army's. So you need to take it into consideration when thinking about making this move. And to be also frank, not sure about how many positions in education are open in general in the Army and open for males in the Army. So again, it's something that you need to know before making the decision.
And I have another question.
Sure.
On the payment, how like I just got in the how do I pay? Who I talk to so I can pay?
Sorry.
Who do I talk to so I can
send an email to the email address I just wrote in the chat. you will be speaking with a colleague of mine, Dorin. Dorin is the person who is in charge of the preparation here in Israel, and she'll be happy to assist you, providing you with all the information and start the preparation process for you.
Perfect.
Any other questions?
Thank you very much.
No worries at all.
No.
Welcome.
Okay. Right.
Leah, you're right over there?
Yeah. Wait a second. Okay, I have the email and I'll contact. Thank you.
No worries.
Bye.
All right. If there are no more questions, the email that I've just written in the chat is available for you for any kind of question, even if it's not related directly for Garin Tzabar and you want to ask about the army and so on, you're more than welcome. Again, our sole purpose is to provide support for as much as lone soldiers as we can, and we will do that even if you won't come with us, if you decided it's not for you. So the email address in the chat, this is my colleague Dorin. The email address here in front of you is a general inquiry email address, and one of my colleagues will answer you. We're also available on social media: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, even LinkedIn, and so on. So last chance for questions. Great. Toda rabah. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Amir.
No worries at all. Thank you, Masa. This has been great. Bye-bye.